Okay, welcome back. Episode 4, I think it is. Mark's workshop in the 12s for 2K challenge. Haven't really done much over the holidays. You know, mucked around, did a little bit, not much. So motor's nearly ready to finish off. I still got to do the oil pump mods yet, which I haven't done. I'm currently just going to run with stock rockers for now. So, you know, obviously I've had the lifters soaking in oil, but they've still got to pump up yet. See how it goes with stock rockers. If not, if it's no good, then I'll put some rollers on it. Just thought I'd do that. So everything's on, ready to go, ready to put the manifold on. Still got to put the timing cover. One thing I didn't really say anything the other day, but Holden's have got a really bad drain back. They need something. They normally, you know, drill holes in the back of the cylinder head to drain back to the sump. But one thing I have done is I've put these holes, drilled holes in the front of the actual the block in the valley. And see, I've so the main cam bolt behind, it's the hole's been welded up, and the chain oiler, it's been welded up. So what I've done is, just so we can still get oil in the front, I've drilled these passages, as you can see. So obviously on deceleration, it should flood it, get whatever's oil up there down to the down back to the pan. So just another little easy mod that you can do as well. Yeah, so I'll just been busy getting back into work this week, and last week obviously. So yeah, so we'll start on something else. The next thing that I'm going to do is, I've been actually going through my carby parts. I'm obviously going old school, using a 650 double pumper, and I'm going to convert that to E85 and blow through. I've converted quite a few carbies to E85, never done a blow through one, so we'll be interested to see how it goes. So we'll get onto that next. But yeah, hopefully this week I will get this motor back together, ready to put in the car. So, because the poor thing still sitting in the same spot, hasn't moved. But yeah, so on to the next thing. I'll just show you what I'm doing with the carby. I've actually had the carby built for a while, but we'll get onto that. So thank you. All right, next thing, as I said, going to run a carburetor. Done quite a few E85 conversions over the last, 10, 12, 13 years, myself and friends, and just having fun. You know, I bought the right tools to do it, which is not really that hard to buy. But so we're starting out with a 650. That's actually the base plate off it, which is, I've still got to modify it to, so we've got to block off these both these channels so I can make it 4-corner idle. But this is just an old, it's actually thanks to Spot On, the boys at Spot On. God, it's got to be 10 years ago. It was in their scrap pile to be thrown out. It had no metering blocks with it, had some bowls. I think that's the base plate off it from memory. It's just been sitting around. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to convert. Obviously these aren't the blocks off it because it didn't have any, but what I've done, if you can notice, like just little things, there's actually 3 drill bits sitting in this metering block. So these are the main passages that we've got to convert in the metering block. Now, tool wise to do it, sitting on the piss, but so that's a number 1 to 60 numbered drill bit, which is, you know, it's imperial sizes. So we need that. We need a the 61 to 80, which are very tiny drill bits. These will be used for high speeds or idle jet modifications. So, and they're cheap. Like those kits on eBay, they're $30. That little kit there with the little jewel holder, you know, they're like $10. So obviously anybody can do this. I had to learn how to do it. You know, we actually race tractor pulls as well down in Victoria. I'm a Brisbane boy, but we race tractor pulls, and we converted all our own carbies for the tractor pull, which was successful. We actually won a couple of Australian titles with them, so they do work. And yeah, so in the actual the metering block, there's so we've got the angle channel. So obviously the angle channel connects. Just turn this one around. The angle channel connects to the actual the main jets in them. So what we're doing is kind of mimicking aftermarket E85 blocks. So out of this kit, we've got a 160 thou drill to drill the angle channels out, and yeah, so yeah, that's a number 20 drill bit, which is about 160 thou. So you drill that out, it connects the main well. Now there is another little tool, I don't know if you can see it properly, but this is a number 2 tapered reamer. So I haven't done it on this one, but if you want to do it, so you've got to obviously take out these plugs here, and that number 2 tapered reamer, by the time it gets down to the bottom, that mimics you know, like a lot of aftermarket metering blocks, alloy metering blocks. You don't need alloy. You can do exactly the same to this as what you can aftermarket ones you buy. So what I've done is I've broken down, oops, sorry about that, but I've broken down all the prices of all the parts that I've got. Sorry, I've got a bit of wind in the back. And you know, we've got the number dual set, $30. The little pack of blue ones, you know, they're $10. Tapered ream was $20. Now these last lot here, they're all brass set screws, because brass is easy to drill out. So what I've done, all my brass set screws which are in here, that's got a 632. All my stuff's Imperial, 632, 832. As you can see, there's an Allen key in there. I can actually take these out and re-drill new ones. Yeah, so you can make this thing fully adjustable, but it's very hard to get Imperial set screws in Australia. So I just, for the fun of it, I just literally just bought some off eBay, which are metric. So we got a what do we got here? We've got a 3mm, 4mm, 5mm. So if you ever wanted to do it, you can, in Australia, if you can't get the Imperials, you just buy these off eBay, and they were cheap. Like they were, where are we? You know, the M3s were $6 a pack of 20. The M4s were $5 a pack of 10, and the M5s were $4 a pack of 5. So you obviously want a couple of packs of the 4s and 5s, but yeah. And one thing I don't have here at the moment, but it's on its way, and it's actually a copy. It's a boost reference power valve, and it's a copy of the one that's actually made here in Queensland. Obviously China copies everything, and it's $20. I couldn't believe it when I found it on eBay last week. So I had to buy one because it was just cheap. I do have, now this is a proper boost reference power valve out of SCS carbies in the US. They were about $80-90 to buy, and I've had them for years. Like I was doing this project years ago, it's never happened, and I've got the excuse. So obviously that's a factory power valve, just a normal power valve block off. And when this other one, I'm using the other one because it's $20. It's just cheaper, you know. But yeah, so if anybody ever wants to muck around, you can literally buy brass set screws in metric sizes off eBay. You can't get Imperial. I've tried. I'm lucky I have an abundance of them, so I'll never run out. I'll be dead before I use them all. So, all right, metering block. So now this whole right here is the idle jet. So they over the years they changed them. Holly changed them in different spots. At one stage they were up here. Originally they were down here. Then they moved them to here down in the main well, they had them as well, but I put them back down low. All right, so sorry, so hard to do this with the camera and I can't see properly. All right, so that's got a, as I said, that's got a 632 brass set screw, which means if you've got quite a few of them, you can calibrate this thing as much as you want and get it to be where you need to be. And actual size, which I'm starting with. Okay. So we got the idle fuel jet, which is it's a 35 thou number 65 drill bit. So that's that one. Next one, power valve restriction channels. I don't know if you can really see that in there, but that's got an 832 brass set screw in it. And the size of that I've drilled it out, this is only a starting point, which is 70 thou. Some guys, they just drill the actual main hole out. I've put it in there so it's adjustable. So, because if you drill out too big, you're screwed. You can't make the hole smaller. But if you've got a set screw in there, you can readjust it. So you can actually see there's that little idle jet on both sides. Obviously, there's 4 of them, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. All right, so that's what that is. As I said, that's a 70 thou restriction. I've got a 160, as I said. That's just drilled down to the main well in this one. I didn't ream it. I don't think I need to in what we're doing with this. If I do, that's the reamer for it, number 2 tapered reamer off eBay. Everything you can buy off eBay, and it's 160 thou drill bit to do that. Now in the main body, so you can see it, I've got the idle bleeds, which is the 4 outside ones. All right, they're all adjustable, and they've got for mine they're 832s. So where is it there? So they're actually, sorry about the shade, it's not working out too well. So I've got an Allen key. Obviously that's tight, that's loose. We can take it out, and you can just drill your sizes and get your AFRs to you want them. So that's that. These are only standard 28 at the moment squirters, and I'm just going to drill them by hand. I'm not buying new ones. So this is all just, as I said, all just a budget build. But yeah, I don't know where they'll end up in the 30s somewhere. Now, okay, next thing. So we've got that, and there's another drill bit. So this is the idle air bleed, which is at the moment 60 thou. Just a starting point. E85 stuff normally runs a smaller orifice, so but that's what you can do with that. Now, so we don't lose everything. Next one. Now this has actually got straight boosters, which is probably not the best for blow through, but it doesn't matter. I'm using it so we don't have to put boosters in it. And what I've done is I've actually drilled them out. You can see it from underneath. You can kind of see where the fresh drill marks are in there. Now I've drilled them out to 175. Whoops. All right. So originally these would have been a 130, I think it was, from memory. So I've drilled them out to 170 to 175. And the other part that you've got 4 of them, 2 either side, 2 on the back side. But these are your transfer slot restrictors. Now standard's 90 thou, which is what that drill is, but it's also got 832 set screws and brass set screws in there as well, if you can see them on both sides. So you can actually tailor your fuel curve through your transfer slot as well. So good for off idle, things like that, before it starts to go into the mains. So that's it. It's just a basic rundown what I'm doing. Never done a blow through. Done, as I said, quite a few just aspirated carbies for myself and mates, and our tractor pull racing and things like that. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just converting. As I said, boys at Spot On, it was in their trash bin probably 10 plus years ago. So I had to take it because I just love cheap, free shit. As I said, got got to modify sorry, the channels there so we can make it a 4-corner idle. So this carby was obviously never set up as a 4-corner, it was just a 2, but meter and blocks that I'm using, they've got idle adjusters, you know. You can see they're not even the same colours. They're going to be 2 different ones. It doesn't matter, I don't care. You know, and emulsion wise, so these 2 holes here, this is just the factory emulsions. Like you can get 2, you can get 3, 4, 5s and things like that, but I just run them with the factory emulsions. It's about like a 28th hour, which the emulsions actually, they're to actually help put air in the fuel and to lift it up and things like that. There's a lot more to it than that, but yeah. So that's what I'm doing. That's my next thing, is to, as I said, I started tinkering with this carby years ago. This car, I've always had this plan. That's why I have everything. So yeah, I'll start putting stuff together. But as I said, if you ever want to do it, someone wants to have a go, in Australia at least, there's metric brass set screws, number drill bit kits, obviously Allen keys, things like that. And you can, if you go on to just put in E85 booster size through Google, it'll bring up an Australian site from down South Australia who was the quick fuel, or still is the quick fuel importer, and there's a reference on there that has all the settings for the quick fuel. I do have a copy of it here, I just don't know where it is, but, and that's where you can get your reference to sizes of, not that one, so that's just factory 90 normally, but it'll tell you booster sizes, you know. It won't tell you channel sizes. That's kind of mimicking, as I said, a quick fuel block, and so on. So yeah, so I'll start putting that together just to get it done. I will show the other power valve. As I said, that's boost reference, that's standard, block off, but I'm waiting for that $20 one because I want to use that over the $80 or $90 I paid for that one, so just to keep the budget down. But yeah, all right, hopefully there's something that you can take from this, and yeah, I'll get back onto the motor, get the carby assembled, and well, actually that's another thing I was doing. I'm just going to put this phone down for 2 seconds. Just hold on. I forgot about this. So we need a regulator and fuel pump. Now it's the right box. This is it was about $68. Now it's a boost referenced regulator. It's just a cheap one. It does EFI and carburetors. So I do have a good Holly one here, and another good brand, but obviously the price difference. So hopefully these work. I only found them on eBay the other week. It's the only one that I actually found which has got the spring in there to turn it back to a carburetor from EFI. Currently set up as EFI, so we got that. That's so that's the regulator, boost reference regulator I'm going to use. And I forgot about this, but I was in Melbourne a month and a half ago. I had to go down for a wedding. We decided to go to VPW, and while I was there, hold on. I had to buy both of them, but everything's sort of falling apart. The VPW had their ProFlow black fuel pumps. So it says 14 pound. Now I actually do have an old Osnos pump regulator spring, so which apparently boosts it to about 19 pounds. So we're going to put that in. I just got to find it again. But yeah, so I bought a few things, you know, from VPW, but the only thing was they took a different thread, and that's what he claims why they were cheaper, but $50, and even a Powerglide extension with a filter and a gasket was $30. I just found all the stuff in their cheap bin. So that's the pump we're going to start with. It's the one out of the bag. I bought both because I wasn't going to leave them there for that price. So The pump, I'll put the spring in it, hopefully it fits in this, which is the old Osnos Rob Madden one, and obviously the boost referenced regulator, and that will be my fuel system. It's all old school. I don't know nothing about technology, so I'm doing it the old way, and hopefully it works. And yeah, so that's it. There's just some other stuff I bought down there while we're there. I haven't taken it out of the bag since I've got back, so that was about a month ago. But yeah, that's my fuel system, my carburetor. And the only next thing I've got to do, after obviously assembling the motor, putting it in the car, I've got to sort out ignition, but it'll be a factory ignition of some kind. Won't be nothing special. But all right, I'll keep going, and hopefully next one I can get back into it. Work's just back to New Year and been a bit hectic this last week and after 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll get back on it and get out there very soon. All right, thanks for watching. If you like it, please hit the button and we'll just go from there. Thank you.